As an aircraft maintenance technician, you will learn how to maintain and repair various types of aircraft. Furthermore, once you have been trained, you will have the opportunity to inspect aircraft, perform preventative maintenance, supervise maintenance, and alter aircraft and aircraft systems. As you are probably aware, not all aircraft are alike, but they are usually comprised of the same basic components. This course will explain the common components that you will need to be familiar with. Having a good understanding of these terms will aid you throughout your training period. Let us begin with an understanding of the three axes of flight. With very little previous knowledge, you can probably guess these axes are left, right, forwards and backward, and up and down. In aviation though, their technical names are the lateral axis, longitudinal axis, and vertical axis. Every aircraft, whether an airplane, helicopter or even a rocket, is affected by the following four opposing forces: thrust, lift, drag, and weight. Control surfaces, such as the rudder or ailerons, adjust the direction of these forces, allowing the pilot to use them in the most advantageous way possible. Let's discuss these four forces to better understand the effects these forces have on an aircraft. Thrust is force. It is the force that moves an aircraft in a particular direction. The thrust or force that is created from an aircraft is normally created from a propeller, jet engine, or rocket. This is accomplished by the pushing and pulling of air in, and then out, in opposite directions. A good example of this is a household fan. Drag is the force that acts opposite to the direction of motion. It tends to slow an object. Drag is caused by friction and differences in air pressure. An example of this is if you have ever placed your hand out the window of a moving car, and you feeling the force pulling your hand back. Weight is simply the force caused by gravity. When it comes to flight, weight is obviously very important. Lift is the force that holds an airplane in the air. The wings create most of the lift in airplanes, by harnessing the thrust created by the engines, propellers, or jets. Now that you are familiar with the four opposing forces affecting flight, let's take a closer look at the various parts of an aircraft that use these forces to fly. The main sections of an airplane include the fuselage, wings, cockpit, engine, propeller, tail assembly, and landing gear. Understanding the basic functions of how these parts interact is the first step to understanding the principles of aerodynamics and becoming a proficient aircraft maintainer. The fuselage is the main section, or body, of the airplane. This is where you'll find passengers, cargo, fuel, and the flight crew, often referred to as the payload, which is the overall weight of the content carried on an aircraft. The fuselage is the foundation for the structure of the aircraft. One important thing you need to know early on in your training is how to identify different aircraft. This is accomplished with a special series of numbers and letters that are unique identification numbers on all aircraft. These numbers can usually be found on the rear of the fuselage or tail of the aircraft and are referred to as tail numbers, or end numbers. Tail numbers work just like license plates do on cars, but they serve several more functions on planes. The wings of an aircraft serve the same purpose as the wings of a bird, hence their name. Airplanes are considered fixed-wing aircraft. Helicopters are considered rotary-winged. A plane is capable of flight because its wings provide lift. Lift is the force that directly opposes aircraft weight and is created by the shape of the wings, and the plane's speed as it moves forward. The leading edge of the wings faces the front of the plane. Likewise, the trailing edge of the wing can be defined as the back edge that includes the aileron and trim tab. Some wings are fixed high on the plane above the fuselage and are known as high-wing aircraft. Low-wing aircraft are planes in which the wings are installed lower than halfway up the fuselage. Wings include ailerons and flaps. They are used in pairs to control the airplane's roll or bank. Let's take a closer look at these components. Flaps are a kind of high lift device used to increase the lift of an aircraft wing at a given airspeed. You can identify the flaps as the flat sections of the wings, typically located on the edges of an aircraft wing. Ailerons are found on the trailing edge of the wing, typically closer to the wingtip, and control an aircraft's roll. Ailerons will move in opposite directions to each other. As one goes up, the other goes down. The cockpit of an airplane is also called the flight deck. This is where the pilot controls the aircraft. The cockpit includes a seating area for the flight crew, flight instruments, avionics, audio and radio communications, and flight controls. An aircraft engine, or aero engine, is the power source for a plane. Most are either piston engines or gas turbines. The two concepts of engine power you need to be familiar with are thrust and torque. Thrust is the force that opposes aircraft drag and is created by the engines to propel the aircraft forward. Torque is the force that is intended to produce rotation. There are many manufacturers and models of engines, and the locations of the engines, or jets, are normally at the front of the aircraft or on the wings. Rotary aircraft, such as helicopters, engines are normally located on the top and center of the airframe. A propeller is a piece of aircraft equipment that contains rotating blades, creating engine thrust or rotational energy into force. It is this force that propels the airplane forward, or perpendicular to its plane of rotation. Most traditional propellers will have 2 or more blades. Propeller blades are spaced evenly around the hub. They are available in either fixed pitch or variable pitch configurations. The tail or tail assembly is located at the rear of an airplane. The tail provides aerodynamic stability during flight. This is very similar to how feathers on an arrow provide stability. The tail assembly consists of rudder, vertical stabilizer, elevator, and horizontal stabilizer. Let's take a few minutes to discuss each of these and how these components affect the aircraft. The rudder on an aircraft surface is used to control the left or right movement around the vertical axis, or yaw, of the aircraft. This movement is characterized by the nose of the aircraft moving side to side. The vertical stabilizer is installed vertically on the airplane's tail and looks like a small wing. The vertical stabilizer is designed to control an aircraft's side-to-side movement, or slip. The elevator is the hinged part of the horizontal stabilizer that controls up and down movement or pitch. The horizontal stabilizers are small flaps, or wings on the sides of the tail, designed to control an aircraft's up and down movement or trim. Both the left and right sides of an airplane's tail will have a horizontal stabilizer. The landing gear is normally located on the undercarriage of an airplane, and is used during takeoff and landing. The landing gear supports the plane when it is on the ground, and prevents damage to the fuselage and wings during landings, takeoffs, and while taxiing. Most landing gear will have rubber wheels, however, some aircraft utilize skis or floats to operate on snow, ice, or water. Faster aircraft, such as twin-engine or jet aircraft, will have retractable landing gear on the fuselage or under the wings. Upon takeoff, the folding landing gear is stowed away to reduce drag during flight.